Okay. And the idea here is that um, you marry somebody and you marry into their family and they marry into your family. But some people argue that really you marry into lifestyle. And so in this table to the right, I put the four dimensions of socioeconomic status and other. Okay. And keep in mind that other is probably the most important one, right? I mean, you want to find somebody who likes you, who cares about you, who loves you, who wants to be with you, who wants to take care of you. That's the most important dimension, okay? But assuming you have that, assuming you have somebody who likes you and loves you, wants to be with you, wants to take care of you, then we can focus on the other dimensions of education, occupation, income, and assets. And here, what I'm asking you is to tell me what is your minimum and what are your ideals. So, say if you met a person who didn't have a high school education diploma, would that be acceptable to you or not? Okay, and what if they didn't have a job? What if they didn't have an income? What if they had no assets? Like they didn't own a car, not even a bicycle. They probably have a smartphone. Almost everybody has a smartphone, but let's say that's all they had. Okay, all I have is some clothing and a smartphone. Would that be acceptable for you or not? And then what are your ideals, right? And we talked about a little bit about this last week, that about 27% of Americans do not have a high school education. So that means that there is some possibility that you will end up with a person with a high school education. And I have friends like that. I have friends who don't have a high school education and their spouses don't either. Okay. So that is possible, but chances are you should be able to find somebody who has at least a high school education, because that would be 73% of adults in the United States. So odds are you should be able to find somebody with at least a high school education. Something like 31% of Americans have some college education, some level of college education. So that means that about 69 don't. That means there's a pretty good chance you can't find somebody with a college education, but there is 31% chance that you might be able to find somebody with some level of college education. And then about 12% of Americans have a master's degree or MBA. So that means that your odds of finding somebody with a master's degree or an MBA are not good, okay? Because that's only 12%. That means there's a 88% chance that you cannot find somebody, okay? And about 1.5% of Americans have some type of doctoral degree. So that means that the odds of you finding somebody with a doctoral degree are pretty slim, very slim, about less than 2%. And there's a 98% chance you cannot find somebody like this. Okay, so those are numbers. Okay, just to kind of give you a grounding, because you know, you want to have minimums and you want to have ideals, but you know, I don't think you want your ideals to be, you know, out of the ballpark. You know, you want your ideals to be ideals, but within reason. You know, not like if you'd like to marry Elon Musk or or Jeff Bezos, that might not be possible. Okay, so something, an ideal, but that's within reason. Okay, let's go next slide.